Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to reset the depth chart to see where we're at heading into the draft, just as we've made some moves where we're at. So
Let's get
before we do that,
familiar.
though, before we do that, I want to remind you that we are going to go live for the draft at 8 p.m. April 24th, 2 weeks, couple weeks
28.
away. Yeah, a couple weeks away. So we're gonna go live for the draft. So make sure you join us. It'll be fun to just watch it together. So throw on the draft, throw on us, and just kind of hang out a little bit. So let's look at
And
the draft,
hey, by
Craig.
the way, to avoid confusion, it's definitely April 28th,
What
not
did
the
I say?
24th.
Oh yeah, April 28th. That's right. And so you look
We
at the
won't be
depth
there.
chart, and really, I mean, we'll start with the offense. You look at things now, Craig, offensively, and where's a hole? I mean, do you see a hole? Obviously, they made two tight end slots here, so there's a hole there. But do you see
Well,
where
yeah.
on offense where are we weak, or is there a hole?
Yeah, so there is a hole. But it's not in the starting unit. It's
No.
not. So if there's a hole, it's depth pieces. So
Mhm.
is there enough depth on the offensive line? I would actually argue that yeah, there is, because we have Matt Nelson, we've got Evan Brown, who we re-signed. I think that's good. I think the hole would be there's a lack of elite talent at the wide receiver position and the quarterback position. There's no actual hole. Like, you need to go out and draft position X, Y, or Z. That I don't think that's a thing this year for the offense, because every single one you're like, nope, this could be good to go to start the season. Am I crazy in that?
No, and I mean, look at one position that I've always just been like, I think because we're Lions, we had Barry Sanders, and we never really, you just always been looking to fill that, and obviously you can never
Yes.
replace him. But
Yep.
is our running backs have always been just weak. We've signed Reggie Bush in 2014, or you add these pieces and you try to draft, but we
Yeah.
really have struggled drafting. Anyway, all of a sudden you
LeGarrette
look up and
Blunt.
you have DeAndre Swift, you have Jamal Williams, Craig Reynolds, Jefferson played well.
Yeah.
Igwebuike can make things happen. I mean, all of a sudden that's like super deep. And then I'm with you. There's no elite talent. There's not the elite talent at wide receiver, but so much better. And that's where we have to be careful. We're way better at wide receiver, but doesn't mean we're like outstanding at wide receiver. Maybe it turns out like that, but that's where I'm like, okay, hey, wide receiver is nice. I like running back, but man,
Yeah.
the offensive line, we have not seen this unit play together, and that's
Ooh.
something we were all excited about last year. Like, this is what we can hang our hat on,
Yeah,
and
because
then
Frank
bang,
never came
Ragnall's
back. You're
out,
right.
Decker's out. Yep, so we can do this this year if we can stay healthy in camp, and love to see these guys.
Would love to see it. And I think too, when I look at that running back, I think it's the same as quarterback and wide receiver. There's no elite players. Do I think Amon-Ra St. Brown can become a Pro Bowl caliber wide receiver? Absolutely. Do I think DJ Chark has the speed and skill to be that? Sure. But like with running back, quarterback, wide receiver, all of those will be made. And I've said this before on the channel. I'm going to continue to say it. They are made marginally, if not drastically better, when you have an elite offensive line. And I think the question we have to ask, and I'm going to ask you this, and I'm going to see if you're drinking the Honolulu Blue Kool-Aid. Do you think this offensive line, as assembled currently, when healthy, is a top 3 offensive line or an elite offensive line in the NFL?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the rank. I don't know other offensive lines, but I can't. I don't remember a Detroit Lions offensive line that was like, man, usually you have a hey, we're gonna be okay, but this is like,
Mhm.
man, there is no holes in this. And I think the way Panay played is like, this guy's really, really good. So this is an elite offensive line. And then all of a sudden
I
you
think
throw
it
in
might be. I
some
really do.
you throw in some good running backs. I mean, so anyway, Craig,
Mm.
the offense is good. Let me just
Yeah,
ask you.
the offense is fine.
I feel good about the offense. Let me look here. Are you seeing the defense now?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
So when we look at the defense, this is where things get real hairy real quick, because on paper, as we're looking right now, it's
Mhm.
like, okay, you can make the case, but boy, when you envision
Mm.
these guys out on the field like we had to look at last year, and it's like, man, it goes south pretty quick. What's your worst, or just your like jumps right out to you like, man, this we got to fix this?
Yeah, I think two positions, and one of them we'll make another video on, and we're going to talk about it with safety. We just added a depth piece. You'll have to. That's a little teaser for you.
Yep.
But I think linebacker, safety stick out to me. And
Boom.
I will say this: no position has elite talent, none, and that sticks out to me too. With the offense, you have an offensive line that I think could be great to elite, and the defense doesn't have it. And what this website does, our lads that I really like, if we drafted them, it shows you where we drafted them. And one thing
Mhm.
you see littered all over the offensive side is first and second round picks. And on the defensive side, you have Okuda and Levi Anuzurike. And those are your
Mm.
only guys that we went out and spent early round draft picks on. So I think that's the kind of thing where I'm just like, oh, what stuck out to me is that we just haven't spent high level picks on this. And if we have, it just hasn't panned out.
No, no.
So
And
except Jared Davis, that didn't pan out, but we
and
did spend a high pick on him.
yeah, I'm with you, man. The the D line is where it's like, oh man, I just would love that to be better. But like, yeah, the point
Okay.
is you there's all obviously there's a whole bunch of theories and how you win and what you need. But I
Yep.
think one thing we all agree on, it just kind of in general, is like all three levels of defense. You gotta have one guy at each
Get a
level.
dude.
And you see teams doing that where it's like, hey, they got a stud D end, a great
Yep.
linebacker, and then like a shutdown corner or a great run stuffing safety. You got every level, you got something. And to your point, I think it's a perfect point. We have no players like playmakers. I mean, Charles
Yep.
Harris is trying. He Owarie is getting there, but I mean, just
Yeah, I mean, he was a good ball hawk, but he wasn't a great cover guy, to be honest. I mean, he was opportunistic, but
yeah, but so all of a sudden, we throw in five top 100 draft picks, a D end, a linebacker, a
yeah,
safety, another linebacker, a corner, whatever. And it's like,
yeah,
oh, I feel so much better. And I hope we just address defense, which we will, but it's like, for real though,
yeah.
let's
Commit
address
to it.
defense. Yeah.
Commit to it. And I think if your entire defense is made up of third, fourth, fifth round picks and even undrafted guys, and you expect them to compete at a top 15 level, how is that going to happen?
Right.
Like that just you can't consistently. We always say that you build through the draft. You build your team through the draft, and we even see the management of this team. I don't know why I couldn't think of the word management. Brad Holmes, we see him doing that, right? Because we re-signed a lot of our own free agents. We didn't spend big money, and you can see the plan is clear. You had an awesome video on that we are going to build through the draft. Well, we haven't done that with our defense. We have a lot of high-end draft picks on our offense, not our defense. This is the year.
This,
This is the year. I'm fine with going with one offensive pick in the first five. I'm fine with one. I think you need
mhm.
to do 4 defense. And man, I would like to see a couple of guys that can just bolster that defense for the next 5 years.
Yeah, and we have Aaron Glenn too, and I think
Yes.
that's why
I
we're
don't know how
excited
long we'll
too.
have them.
Yeah, right. Good point there, but I love what you're saying about the draft picks, because you're right, that website showed it real clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, wow, I guess I didn't really realize that. Yeah, where's the investment on the defensive side? And it's like, let's just do it this year for the love.
It's not awesome, right? It's not sexy, whatever you want to say the word. It's like, oh, we're going to draft defense, and we drafted O-line, and nobody thinks that drafting O-line is like attractive and the sexy pick, but Penei Sewell was. Like, he was really good. Lions fans fell in love with him
Mhm.
because of how good he makes your other players look. So do the same thing on the defensive end. I talk about, linebacker. Here's the thing. Build the D line, build the secondary. Linebackers will come, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
And I'm fine with that. I am,
Yeah.
because I just want to be really good somewhere. Like, are we just got? Oh man, we got a great D line, or we got
Yeah.
we got linebackers that fly around. We need. Oh man, but we do need linebackers that fly around. Would be so awesome,
It
man.
would be nice, wouldn't it? Or a
Oh,
linebacker that
be
could cover
cool.
a tight end for a second, or a
Tight
fullback
end.
or a halfback out of the flat. I think that would be nice, but man, how nice would it be if at this time next year we're talking about Kayvon Thibodeau and how he had 10 sacks as a rookie and
Mm,
how much better it made our defense because we could get pressure on the quarterback without blitzing. I
yes,
mean, just
because
beautiful,
because
wonderful stuff. I would love to see that so much.
because we
Defense,
can
it's got to
then
be defense.
yeah, we could mix in things because before last year it was like playground football almost like a little bit where obviously our record's not there, but our deep it's like we got it. We're going against Kyler Murray, and obviously that worked really well, but it's like we'll just blitz. I mean, we don't we go and it's like that's cool and fun, but when you're really trying to win and you're in the going for the division, I mean that's you got to play real defense. You can't be doing what we were doing, and
We were trying
and
hard. We
so
were well coached,
yeah, yeah,
but
we
you
we were
need to be
exactly,
well
but
coached and talented.
imagine if we had the players well coached, we're mixing in those double A gap blitzes, and then we're
Yes.
dropping, we're only rushing 4, but we can do it. And you can just add so many things.
Yeah,
Mm,
and then not only that, but you have these guys that have had large playing time last year and into this year, and they can become your role players. So you're not like when injuries actually happen, you're not stepping back as much. So you have more elite talent. And these guys, I'm not saying they're not talented. Of course they're talented, but like they're not, defense wins championships talented. I
yeah,
don't know if anybody's
absolutely.
defense wins championships talented anymore, but like
Mhm.
I'm just saying, I would love to see Detroit Lions fans get excited because we have a great defense. I remember even that year that we made the playoffs, we lost to the Cowboys. What was that, 14 or something like
Mhm.
that? We lost to the Cowboys. It was behind a great defense. That's
Yeah.
how we got to the playoffs. It wasn't even Stafford slinging it everywhere.
And
So
and that's just, and I just love that's a Detroit thing, too.
yeah,
We would be good in defense. Like if we're gonna win, like that's like it's a
should
Detroit
be.
thing. We're having fun. Yeah, we're getting after it. The crowd, Ford Field's going crazy, but
Yeah.
we've had it a few times. But I mean, yeah, this is the year. So I hope this video kind of helped you just kind of get a picture of where we're at heading into the draft and
Yeah.
made it clear to me, like, oh my gosh, let's get some defense going. We all knew that coming in, but join us
Yeah, for
for the
sure.
draft. We'll be live, just hanging out. So make sure you check us then, and we'll
Yep.
see you on the next one.
See ya.